talk to me about financial efficiency. And
Hmm.
I guess first, like when you're helping people out, what's the main place that you see that people are either financially inefficient?
Mm.
Where do you see a lot of inefficiencies when you're consulting with people?
I would say this: the biggest inefficiencies come from poor financial structure. It's and it's not even close, right? Like because the challenge is we've all been taught a lie, and I think it's the biggest lie in the personal finance space, and that lie is the younger you are, the more risk you can take. And think about it this way. And I don't know how this lie has perpetuated itself, through our culture the way that it has so successfully. But if you really think about it, if the young, I get the context, right? The younger you are, the more risk you can take, because if you screw up, right? If you make a bad decision and lose a bunch of money or lose everything and have to start over, you have more time to make up for it. So I get the premise of the conversation. But the challenge is the younger you are, the less risk you have to take to be able to achieve a desired result. If you understand anything about compound interest, the one thing you never want to do is interrupt compounding, right? And the thing that interrupts compounding is losses, right? And so one of the things that we can do is I could show people, if we could focus on not taking risk and risking, because listen, I have no problem with risk. I played poker for a living for a while in my 20s. I take risk. I invest in international real estate projects on the Dominican Republic, and we're building Airbnbs there right now, and we're like, and that project on its own has been crazy. you know I like risk. That's me, but I want to invest in things and take risk in areas that I can control, and I want it to be done systematically when I can afford to take the risk. The problem is, like, cryptocurrency is a great example. I have no problem with cryptocurrency. I love it. I own it. I think it's great for the right people if you understand it, right?
All right.
But what does that mean? Like, too many people in their 20s and 30s right now are going out and betting it all. It's like kind of going to a casino and putting it all on black, right?
Mm,
You
yes.
may get lucky, but if it doesn't go
Yeah.
right, if you don't hit the black or double zero, I would even say, you know what I mean? Like, you got to get really lucky. Like, what are you going to do? And so, like, how does that impact you? And so what I love to do is teach financial structure. And I think my mindset is the younger you are, the less risk you have to take. And what we need to do, and this is just, if you go look at anybody, and it's funny, I did a little research on this just the other day, and I just believe that we need to save before we invest. And there's a difference between saving and investing, right? We need to save money first. We need to build an emergency fund, and we need to build an opportunity fund. The emergency fund is going to make sure that no matter what happens, we are okay. The opportunity fund is going to allow us to be a better investor. Because make no mistake about it, if you go out and do the traditional take risk when you're young, the younger you are, the more risk you could take, and you do it before you've saved up, the right money, and you have that safe, liquid, accessible capital, you're not an investor, you're a speculator. That's all you are. Because you don't have the ability to take the risk and take the losses that go along with that risk
Mhm.
without it completely derailing your life, right? Like, and unfortunately, that is the cycle that we see happen in this country, And I love to show people how to design their life in a way that their strategy will get them closer and closer and closer to their desired goals every single year on a guaranteed basis, with the only variable being their willingness and ability to contribute and execute.